Hello everybody! Welcome back to Career Crossing. So today, I'd like to credit this YouTuber for giving me a video idea. And that idea was that I should do a tutorial for people that are new to Animal Crossing. So, I decided I'd do that. Now, Animal Crossing is a really fun game. I'm specifically going to be doing a tutorial for New Horizons, because currently that's the only game I own. But I will see about getting other ones in the future. So, we're going to start with, I guess we should start with basic movement, though the game does tell you if you want to run, you would use this on the Joy-Con to move, and the buttons to open your inventory. To open your inventory, you have to press X, and you can use the moving Joy-Con to scroll through your inventory, and you can select with A, and you can also use tools using A. You can pick items up using Y, and you can place them again. B, if you press and hold the B button, you can run. Now, that's probably really simple given the game tells you that anyway, but now I'm going to be showing you basic things you can do in Animal Crossing and what you need to do to upgrade your island, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So, in the Resident Services building, you can check what your island rating is. Now, in the beginning of the game, the Resident Services building will appear as a tent over in this corner, and the plaza, which is the bricks, will be dirt. And inside Resident Services, there's a villager named Isabel, and she's who you can ask about your island reputation. And before you get the Resident Services building upgrade, you won't have her, so you won't be able to ask her. But if you just keep working on your island, which I will tell you how to do later, you will actually be able to upgrade the plaza without really having to do much, because Tom Nook will do it himself. So, once you have the plaza and the new upgraded Resident Services building, you can sit in Isabel's chair and she will come over to you and you can ask her, you can say, "Let's talk Island Evels," and she will tell you what the rating is. Here my town has a 3-star rating, so then after that she will give you an excerpt from feedback, and the feedback will tell you what you need to do to improve your island. So here, that was from Dodo Airlines, and if you listen to Isabel's dialogue here, compared with the last report, more folks have responded positively to our island's scenery. Of course, there's always room for improvement, isn't there? So keep contributing however you can, and soon this island will be decorated to perfection. As you can see, island will be decorated is in blue, which means that's what you need to do to upgrade your island, and to decorate you want to, here, she says it, you can use, if you used the resources found on the island and decorated with items you've created. I bet you could improve the island's scenery and folks' thoughts on our natural landscape at the same time. So, she does tell you what you need to do to upgrade your island. Now I'm going to show you how you can upgrade your island and what you can do specifically to help your island's reputation. So, one of the most important things you can do is gather resources around your island. So if you shake trees, they will give you sticks, which you can use for crafting. So if you shake your tree enough, it will provide you with sticks, and you can pick them up using Y. Now, you will also start with a tent, but you will be given a crafting recipe from Tom Nook that will allow you to craft a DIY bench. So, I have the DIY bench, so I will show you things that you can craft and how to craft. So over here's my DIY workbench. And here I have a lot of recipes, but we are going to start with the destination's signpost. Here you can see it tells you what you need, and it will give you the materials and how many you need. So if you have the materials, it will say craftable, and then you can press craft it, and you will be presented with the item. So you can get crafting recipes from the beach in message bottles that will wash up every morning. You can also get crafting recipes from Isabel on a certain season or holiday. You can get crafting recipes from balloons that may float through the sky. Or you can get crafting recipes from your villagers if you head inside their homes. Some of them may be crafting something and you can talk to them and they will give you the recipe for it. Unless you already know how to craft it, they will still give you the recipe, but you won't be able to relearn it. So, another thing you can do, and what you should do, is check your beaches every day. So I'm going to head down to my beach now, because as you can see here, if you look at the beaches, occasionally you can find things. You can find hermit crabs, or you can find rare shells like the summer shell, which only appears in summer. And I've already picked mine up, but in the morning on your beach, if you check your beach every day, you will find a message in a bottle which will have a recipe in it. I suggest you pick up this recipe every day because it will contain some really cool recipes that you can make. Now, one of the best things you can do to improve your island reputation is pick up any stray items you have on the ground, because sticks and rocks and weeds will, I'm so sorry, I just had to fix this. Let's try this again. Sticks and rocks and weeds will drag your island reputation down, so I suggest every day you run around your island and look for any stray weeds, sticks, or rocks that may be lying around your island. Another thing you need to do in the beginning of the game is get villagers to move to your island to get, as Isabel says, word of mouth going around. You will start with 2 villagers in the beginning, and you can gain more by selling plots of land and going to mystery islands to find villagers. If you go to a mystery island, a villager will be there if you have a free plot of land, and you will be able to convince them to move to your island, in which case they will call Tom Nook and he will set them up with a plot of land and build their house for them. It will take a villager 3 days to fully move into an island before you can talk to them properly. Once you have 10 villagers on your island, you can't have any more, so you are going to need to choose wisely. One thing I also suggest doing in your game is digging up fossils and catching bugs and fish and donating them to the museum, because if you do this, you will end up with a museum upgrade where you can also have artwork. Something you should do every day in your game is check out Nook's Cranny. This is upgraded Nook's Cranny, but in the beginning of the game you will start with a smaller shop, and they will not sell as many items, but you can still buy things there, and I suggest you do, because the items you can get there are very good for improving your island reputation, and helping your island look a lot nicer. Timmy and Tommy will take your money and give you one of the items that you buy. You can also sell to them and earn money by doing so. Now, some of you might be wondering how exactly you get to a mystery island. Well, I will show you. I already have the 10 villagers on my island, so I won't be able to find another villager on the mystery island, but I will show you how to get to one. If you head to resident services, either the tent or the building, you will be able to redeem your Nook Miles for a Nook Miles ticket. Now, Nook Miles are a form of, well, think of it like optimum points. You know when you go to a store and you can buy items and they give you points that you can redeem for other items? Well, that's what Nook Miles is about. Tom Nook will set you up with Nook Miles, and for a task you complete, you will earn more. At the moment, I have 3,800 Nook Miles. That might seem like a big number, but it's really not a lot if you just do the tasks daily, and then you head over to this little machine over here called the Nook Stop, which will head over to this little machine here called the Nook Stop, which will allow you to redeem your Nook Miles for anything that it is selling. As it says here, once per day, accessing the Nook Stop will award you with bonus daily miles, which will give you more, and you should do this every day. Now, as you see here, if you go into the Nook Stop and click Redeem Nook Miles, you will be able to redeem 2,000 Nook Miles for a Nook Miles ticket. You want to click Redeem, and here I have the Nook Miles ticket. So, your villager will put this in its pocket, and then you can say no to making another suggestion. On everyone's island, there is a Dodo Airlines, which is essentially the island airport. It will always be around the beach somewhere, and to find it, you just have to look for this building right here. It could be one of 3 colors, blue, red, or green. So just look out for this little shaped building and the Dodo Airlines sign. Now, if you head into Dodo Airlines, you can go talk to Orville, and he can set you up with a flight to a mystery island. The thing with mystery islands is you can't go back. Once you've gone to one, you will never go back there again, so don't leave anything there that you don't want to keep. Now, if we go over here, we can talk to Orville and tell him that we want to fly. He will tell you that you have a Nook Miles ticket, and he will ask you where you want to go. Now, you don't want to say, I want visitors, or I want to visit someone else's island. You want to scroll down to use Nook Miles ticket, and he'll ask you if you're all packed. Now, the reason he asks you this is because, as I said before, you cannot go back to a mystery island, so if you are missing a tool and you go back home to get it, you won't be able to return to that island. So you want to make sure that you have everything on you, and then you can say, time for takeoff. Once you've arrived at the island, Wilbur will tell you that he will be in a holding pattern, and once you want to leave, you can just go and talk to him, and he will take you home. Now, on the island, you will always find a crafting table. On the island, you will always find a workbench, and it will allow you to craft anything you need. So, If you just wander around the Mystery Island, at some point, if you have a plot of land, you will find a villager that you can convince to move into your island. Sometimes on the beaches of these Mystery Islands, you will find a message in a bottle with a crafting recipe. I suggest you always check beaches for these bottles because you never know what you could miss. Something else I suggest doing on Mystery Islands and on your own is heading around and shaking trees because you can get money and you can get furniture from these trees. But you do have to be careful and carry a net every time you're doing this because you may shake down a wasp nest and get stung. So here, as you can see, I have shaken down a light switch from the tree. Now I'm going to keep shaking, and there's the wasp nest. So you want to immediately run away and try not to have that happen. If that happens, you will have to craft medicine, which you will get from a villager if you talk to them, but the first time you talk to a villager after you've been stung, they will give you the crafting recipe for medicine. Now I'm going to keep shaking these trees, and hopefully I don't get stung again, because if you get stung more than once, you will faint. Alright. At some point, Tom Nook will provide you with the ladder recipe so that you can go up onto the higher levels and be able to reach higher places. I suggest you do go up to these higher levels even if you really don't feel like it, because there can be things up there that you might miss. Now, as I mentioned before, once you want to head home, you can just walk over to Wilbur and talk to him, and you can say that you're ready to go home. You can pay bells to have tools shipped to your island if you've left some at home. But I do suggest not doing that because they will only give you flimsy tools and they do not last very long, and you kind of wasted your money. More things you can do to increase your island's reputation is really just to plant flowers everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Flowers will increase your island's reputation by a lot, and Isabel will suggest doing this for you. You should also plant trees, and especially different kinds of fruit trees, because that is something else that will increase your island reputation. Once you head to your island, the last thing I'm going to talk about today is the Nook Phone that Tom Nook provides you with when you first enter your island. The Nook Phone has many features, and I'm going to talk about every single one of them that I currently have. The first feature is the camera, which doesn't give you much, but it does allow you to adjust the way you see your villager and add filters and frames and just take pictures. The next feature is the Nook Miles app. This app allows you to redeem your Nook Miles and collect them and save them, and you can see what you can do to earn more. The next app is the Criterpedia. The Criterpedia tells you everything you've kept. The Criterpedia tells you everything you've caught, and it gives you information on the things that you've caught. It will tell you what month you can catch them, where you caught them, if you donated them to the museum, and what time you can catch them. The next app is the DIY app. In this app, you can see all your DIY recipes and what you need to craft them on the go. The next app is the Island Designer app. This app allows you to terraform your island, but you will not unlock it until KK Slider has played at your island, which essentially means that the storyline is finished and you can do almost anything you want. The next app is the Custom Designs app. This app allows you to create custom designs as its name suggests. You can eventually unlock Custom Designs Pro, which allows you to create custom clothing. The next app is the map. The map allows you to see your entire island from an overview, and you can see where all of your villagers live and where all the shops are. The next app is the Passport app. This one is where, essentially, you can check what other people see about you when they look at your profile. You can edit the photo, the name, the title, and you can also edit the comment. The last app is the Rescue Service. The Rescue Service app allows you to call them and redeem 100 miles to be rescued and sent to one of 3 places: your home, the airport, and resident services. This is used for if your character gets stuck in a place that you can't get out of, or you're in a glitch, or any of the above. There is one more app that I do not have currently that allows you to chat with other people and see the log of everything anyone has said to you on your island. If you don't have this app, you can always click this button here on the top of your Joy-Con, and you can type whatever you want to say. That's it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and let me know in the comments below what you want to see next. Bye, everyone!